SCA Minhag of the Week, Life Cycles. Today's episode dedicated to all the women of the community, all the wonderful wives and mothers that make a Sabbath happen. What am I talking about? So many have asked for a recap. What is the woman's role at the Sabbath? What does she do? How is she involved? And honestly, without her, nothing happens. So let's start. First and foremost, Sabbath has to have food prep. In episode 199, spoke all about the maza foods, the Sabbath preparation, everything being homemade, every morsel being prepared with care and love. Then we talk about this for the Sabbath day. The woman would go and set up flowers on the rimunim, to beautify the Sefer Torah and to beautify the day. Women tend to go to Knis on that Shabbat morning of the Sabbath, something that women generally will not go to Knis, but because there's a Sabbath, they'll go for the occasion. They come dressed in a special fashion, and that particular woman whose occasion it is, let's talk about the bride, she'll be wearing a special, beautiful hat, or let's say the mother of the bar mitzvah boy, she'll be wearing a beautiful hat, and that sets her apart from everybody else. The same way the men sit in a dedicated section so everybody knows they're having a simcha that day. The women tend to sit in the front row. That front row and the ladies section is left open for them. They sit there, the other women come, greet them, kiss them, congratulate them, etc. When the men of the family have aliyot to the Torah, there are some women that have the custom to stand, some who do not. My good friend Joey Harari discussed that minhag in episode 129. While this is happening, some will throw melabis or other candy down, in honor of that person standing either before the aliyah or after the aliyah. We rarely hear it, but once in a while you'll have a real old-timer that may do old-timer from the woman, may do a zachruta, which is that shrilling ululation sound, that's usually reserved for other occasions, but they may do it there as well. Before the prayers end, usually after the speech or so in the Knis, before Musaf, the women tend to leave the Knis, get home, make sure everything is in perfect order, presentable and prepared and ready for when the men enter. And what happens now at the Sabbath at home? The men are seated, they're taking up the bulk of the room. The women are still present, but further inside the house. They're greeting everybody who comes. They're making sure everything is set up properly, that everybody is enjoying themselves. And as the men tend to leave a little bit later, women come and sit also in that main section. Towards the end of the Sabbath, it's basically the woman sitting, listening to men singing Pizmonim, enjoying it. Those few women that may know the Pizmonim may join in as well, or may, bang on the table, or may clap, but they enjoy the sound, or as the old women say, we're enjoying the Bizmonim. They didn't have that in the old Arabic language. There was no P, there's only a B. They would say Bizmonim or Bezmenu. The men are singing Pizmonim. That's what it would mean in taking the word Pizmon and making it into a verb. As far as, any other woman and where they're sitting at the Sabbath, nowadays we see this common custom of the bride sitting next to the groom, at the head table at a Sabbath. Years back, that didn't happen. Also, as we said in previous episodes, years back, the Sabbath was usually done before the wedding, because people tend to leave right away on a honeymoon. And now we're going back to an older custom where the Sabbath is after the wedding, because people aren't leaving as quickly. In those cases, the woman may or may not sit with her new husband at the Sabbath, either to his right or to his left, and the new couple is flanked by the father of the groom to his right or left, depending where he's sitting, and the bride with her father to her side as well. But other than that, there are no women sitting in the men's section, quote unquote, if you will. But the women are definitely present. They're definitely enjoying. They're definitely participating. And as the Sabbath becomes much smaller and more homier, obviously the families, husbands and wives and brothers and sisters tend to sit together and all enjoy in this wonderful day. And we wouldn't be able to have this wonderful Sabbath without the women of our community. Thank you. Mabruk.